Hi, this is Chuck Martin. We're here at Applied Intelligence Live in Austin, Texas. I'm very happy to I've got Doug Gray from Walmart, Director of Data Science and End-to-End Fulfillment. Welcome.
Thank you, Chuck. Great to be here.
So you just gave a presentation on why things fail. Tell me about that.
So, data science is about math and obviously data and problem solving, but there are a lot of other factors that go into being able to do that effectively, like really understanding the business problem, making sure that you got all your data cleaned all in one place. But it also affects people in the way they do their work. So things like change management and project management come into it. We also need to make sure that data scientists are very closely aligned with their business partners. We want to make sure that we're working on the right projects that are prioritized and will have the biggest business value, and projects that the business really cares about. Because you can build the best data science model in the world, but if it sits on a shelf because nobody's interested, it's not going to deliver the value. It's not going to achieve the objective that we want. So those are some of the big reasons why data science projects fail. And lastly, it's all about getting your model from the sandbox where you built it into production. So Tom Davenport, very famous analytics guy, wrote the book Competing on Analytics. He said that models make the enterprise smarter, but models embedded in systems make the enterprise more economically efficient. And that's where we want to be. But that's a 10 to 100 times more difficult. You could build a model in an afternoon on your desktop, but it might take years and cost thousands or maybe even millions of dollars to put it into production. And that's a big stumbling block for data science.
So you've been at Southwest Airlines, you cut costs $100 million.
Yes.
Walmart, you're saving huge dollars.
Yes.
How is it that you get companies to save all this money?
Yes. In the case of airlines, for example, you have two big costs in an airline. You have fuel costs and you have crew costs. So anything that we can do to be more efficient about the way that we buy and purchase fuel and store fuel, because it's very expensive.
But $100 million, that's a lot of money.
Well, if you think about, for example, with an airline, crew costs on $20 billion may be 30 to 40% of their total revenue. So if you can save, a little bit of, or create a little bit more efficiency, through systems that you build, it's very possible. The key to getting to the 9-figure savings in any industry is having a big multiplier, right? Having that big number like crew cost or transportation costs.
So you have to be at a big company.
Preferably to get those kind of numbers, yeah, but everything is relative. So even if you're at a company that's $1 billion company and you save 10 or $20 million by making your purchasing more efficient or your supply chain or your inventory management more efficient, that's still a big number.
So I hear you have a book coming out. Tell me about that.
Yes, my co-author and I, Evan Shelshear, have been working for about a year now on a book called Why Data Science Projects Fail. So we've taken all of our individual research, so my work on the top 10 reasons, we've supplemented that with a lot of industry research. We went out and read hundreds of papers and articles and stories about challenges that other people have had. We use stories from our own career and our own challenges where we've come up short, and from colleagues that have told us stories. And this is the way people learn. So we talk about learning more from failure than success, but it turns out psychologically, we learn even more from other people's failures. There's a little bit of a mental block in having to admit that you failed. So you may learn something from your own failures, but we found we learn a lot from other people's failures, and those are the lessons that we've incorporated into the book. So Informa is the parent company of Taylor Francis. So Informa is putting on the conference. Taylor Francis is our publisher, and the book will hopefully be out next spring if all goes well.
So part of the process, it sounds like, for what you're doing is basically you need to get buy-in before you build these systems, or do you have ideas that begin to say, yeah, I think because of this is so big scale, like in the crew or fuel or whatever, you say, if we have some savings here, but you have to go sell that before you build the system, or
yes,
is it the other way around?
Absolutely, no. Typically, ideas come from the business. They know they have a problem. They may know that they're spending too much on a particular commodity, like tractor trailers or whatever. And then they have a very complex problem that they can't solve with Excel. So that's when they come to us to apply pretty heavy-duty math and technology to solve these very complex problems. And at Walmart, for example, we work very closely with our business partners and their finance people to make sure that we understand and validate the cost savings and the opportunities for cost avoidance that we're coming up with. But sometimes ideas come from scientists, sometimes ideas come from executives, sometimes ideas come from rank and file frontline staff. So we take all the best ideas and put them into the hopper to figure out which ones will create the most value, and that's where we focus our effort.
And they typically do a proof of concept and then scale it?
Absolutely. Yeah, we do proof of concept, we do prototypes, we do pilot projects where we may build a model, we'll prove it out, maybe we'll apply it at a couple of our distribution centers to try it out and see how it works. And we have hundreds of distribution centers, so if we get it to work at 3 or 4, and then maybe a dozen, then we'll maybe consider rolling it out to everybody else if they're ready to adopt it.
So do you try a lot of these at the same time?
I typically have about 20 projects going on at any one time.
How do you track it?
Yeah. Lots of experience, and we have tools like Jira and Confluence and even good old Excel. I've got an Excel dashboard that I keep of all my list of projects, and we use a lot of different online tools to track our resources and see who's working on what projects when. But the team is very experienced and they have a very good track record. I've been very fortunate throughout my whole career working for American, Southwest, Walmart, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Kansas City.
Not bad brands.
All great companies, and all of them very, very good in my experience, having worked with them in applying data and analytics to solve very complex problems.
So a year from now, we're sitting here having the same conversation. What will be the key things in technology we're looking at?
Well, I think that, artificial intelligence is right forefront on the news cycle every day. And there's a company, for example, called NVIDIA that Jim Cramer likes to talk about a lot on CNBC.
Yeah, we know NVIDIA.
NVIDIA makes the chips, right, for the drive all of the tools to be able to solve these complex problems. And, what I see happening is there is this synergy that goes back and forth between people like me that are trying to solve hard problems, and we need more compute power. So we push the NVIDIAs of the world to make more compute available. We use it, and then we go and solve a bigger problem, right? So, we're a customer of one of the big cloud providers. We're a customer of these high-powered servers, and I think that we're still a long way from fully maximizing the potential. But these technologies will continue to evolve. They'll continue to get better and faster. And, that's really what we're all about, is solving bigger problems that deliver more value to customers and helping them live better at Walmart and our shareholders.
Well, I look forward to that discussion, and good luck with your book. Thank you very much.
I'd love to be back in a year, and thank you very much.